Hello there. I was thinking that since I can't do a sewing video for you guys this week, we could find out together how Electric Lizard fades. Now, part of the motivation behind this is because this is really, really cool, and I want to see if we can get it out the hair, just in case I ever decide to do it to my hair. So the top part of this, I added a little bit of green envy, which is why it looks a little darker, but this is pure Electric Lizard on level 9 untoned blonde hair. So I'm going to wash it with dish soap. This is 7th generation clean with purpose dish soap. This is not how I would fade it out on my own actual hair. I would just use a shampoo. But since it's just a swatch and I want to see what the strongest possible way of getting this out is, that's what I'm gonna do. So I'm gonna keep track of how many times I wash it, and I will show you guys after I've washed it like 3 times what happens. So this is just the second time, but I thought I would show you guys how much suds are coming off and what a bright color they are. Okay, so I've decided, here it is. This is like 4 shampoos with the dish soap. I'm gonna try the Manic clarifying shampoo, the Prepare to Dye shampoo. I've used this before on my hair, and this is a method I would encourage to try to take out hair dye that is unwanted because it's quite good. However, this stuff does not come out of the bottle. It is clear, it smells like citrus. It's a really nice clarifying shampoo, but it's a little gel-like and weird, so it's hard to get out. Some of it. So yeah, it's like a weird gel, but it will definitely clarify. If you use this on your hair, use deep conditioners in between it because it is a little drying because it's so clarifying. But yeah, so I'm gonna continue to wash using that and I'll be back. Okay, so this has definitely gotten more yellow green. Like as you can see, it's a much more yellow color compared to my yellow hair. It's still very green, but that gives you kind of an idea. I'm actually gonna try the other fading shampoo I have, and I'll show you how that works, but this is what the Manic one did. So pretty good. I washed it twice in that, and then I'll try the other one. Okay, big guns. This is the Cara Color Fade Effect Shampoo. This is one of my new favorite ways to fade semi-permanent hair color. I heard about it from AKA Aislinn, and it worked great for her, and so far, it has worked really nicely for me. It's got this weird, like kind of semi-fruity, semi-herbal smell. It's not my favorite smell, but I also prefer unscented products. So take that with a grain of salt. Anyway, I'm gonna see if I can get any more of this color out, and I will be back with the dried swatch and the final result. Okay, we are back. So I used the fading shampoo. I do think that this swatch is considerably lighter than it was when we started. Most of the darker green that I had mixed with the Electric Lizard at the top is pretty much out, and now the whole thing just looks like a slightly faded Electric Lizard. This is still a very, 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 very vivid color. It's still very green. I'll put it again next to the yellow so you can see the difference. See how my yellow looks like super grungy and sort of mustardy when the Electric Lizard is next to it. But while it is still a little grungy, it's not nearly so when it's by itself. So it's definitely a vivid color. It's definitely a neon. Also keep in mind, this is a level 9 swatch. It was healthy hair. It wasn't super porous. So your mileage will vary. If your hair is very damaged, very porous, it might drop this color out a lot faster, or the reverse can happen. It can hold on to it even tighter and become basically a permanent color that is in your hair. And then you have to sort of work around it. Now, greens like this are really easy to dye over. You can go a darker green, you can put a blue on top of it. What you can't do is anything in the warm family. Red will not go over this well without turning brown. Orange is a big no. Hot pink cancels green, so probably not the best until you get it lighter. But basically, it seems to me that if you ever want to be blonde again, Electric Lizard is not the color to try. And I think that's true with most neon greens. I haven't had them on my own head ever, but when I worked in salons, we used the special effects neon green. I can't remember what it was called anymore. but that was like 10,000 years ago. But that was super permanent. Like you'd put it on, and then if the client wanted to change their color, you'd pretty much have to dye over it or cut it off. So that might just be the nature of neon green. I'm not sure, like I said. But anyway, I hope this was at least entertaining for you. I'm not sure how useful it is unless you're trying to get the color out of extensions, but I thought it would be interesting to kind of see where it is. I do not know what it would do on a base like mine, and I'm a little bit leery about finding out because I don't want to like ruin my hair. But I am curious what it would do, if it would just turn like a deeper green or if I would get something insane. But anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. I will have a more craft-oriented video probably for you next week. We're having some things done on the house right now, and so I just don't have access to my craft room or like mental bandwidth to sew. So things will be back to normal, but I thought this would be a fun little adventure. I will see you guys next time. Bye.